Hey y'all, welcome back to HintaInsider, powered by Hinta Chocolate, a business podcast where you get the latest scoop on your favorite business.
What's good, YouTube? And welcome to MB's #1 business podcast, HintaInsider. And today we have CEO and founder of SoledOutKixks, Negus Asefa. Hey man, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
Here, man. Appreciate you, Kev. Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time coming. Our first sneaker episode. I'm really excited about this, man. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Negus Asefa, founder and CEO of SoledOutKixks. We started in 2018, and it's been rolling since. Kind of came here to show HintaInsider some love, kind of get to talk about some shoes, some business ideas, and what we're working on. Just kind of get a feel for everything. So appreciate y'all for having us, and glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out. I know it's early Friday morning, but hey, we're going to get to it.
Get the worm.
All right, you know the sneaker game has been popping since we were just even before we knew what shoes were, you know. What inspired you to create SoledOutKixks? What was the inspiration? And, you know, what got you going?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think ever since I've been a little kid, I've always had an interest in fashion and just, seeing what was new, what was hot, what people like to wear, what people didn't. And I think it kind of really started with me wanting to just kind of, own something bigger than myself, but also, having that entrepreneurial mindset, knowing I could sell things, so I could see that. A lot of people making money off sneakers, and I thought, why not me, So started to go from there. Started one shoe at a time, one day at a time, and before you know it, man, here we are. So I think what really got me started was just knowing that, there's a lot of things that I liked that I wanted to have. So I figured, why not do it this way?
Right. Awesome. I like that. Y'all see the banner? Tough graphic, tough logo. You see the Bread 11s on there. So how did you come up with the name?
Yeah, I think, how'd I come up with the name? Well, sneakers nowadays are very exclusive or hard to get. It's not something you can come across commonly. You can't walk into your local Foot Locker and just grab something.
Right,
So,
you can't get the heat no more.
You can't. Those days have been long behind us. So, came up with the name because I was thinking about, what's something that I can provide to people that's exclusive, and how do you allow them to see that from the jump? So, SoledOutKixks kind of stands to this word. A lot of the items that we sell can't really find in too many places unless, especially not retail. So, that's kind of the whole name and the model behind the brand. As far as the logo goes, I had to reach out to an older brother of mine, Javon Basketball Strategies. Follow him, let him know if y'all need any graphic content. Super dope with it, and when told him what I wanted, he sent it back, and I loved it, man. Kind of told him to add a few things here and there, but I kind of loved the whole design, the aspect of all of the fonts and everything. So after that day, SoledOutKixks was official.
I rock with the logo. I rock with this stuff. Did you sketch it out yourself beforehand, or you just said, "This is my vision. Go ahead and go crazy"?
Yeah, I sketched it out beforehand. Obviously it was a little rough draft, but kind of throughout like the SoledOutKixks, and then just kind of told him like there's some shoes in there somehow. I know it's gonna turn out, but I mean,
it turned out well. It turned out very dope, man. This right here is what everybody came for. So we want to know how the sneaker culture has shifted from early 2000s, late 2010s to now. The sneaker game, apps like StockX, Sneakers, Nike app have completely distorted the sneaker game, and it's very tough to get sneakers. People have been buying bots. People have been purchasing OC amount of shoes, and people like me have no shoes to buy.
Man, I see with the bread.
Just some light. You feel me? I see you rocking the Nike Air Maxes. So like, how has the sneaker game shifted from early century to the late century we're in now?
I guess it's definitely, the sneaker game has kind of evolved over time, as everything does, and I think it's really driven by kind of the market and where people are right now. everybody always wants to have the newest and latest thing, and I think as a consumer, you kind of gotten accustomed to just wanting what's new as soon as it comes out. So the sneaker market is clearly driven by that, as you can tell by the current infatuation of the business. But
how would you say it differs from like region to region, like DMV versus maybe if you went out to the West Coast and you went to Cali? How do you see the differences in the sneaker game there versus here up north? Or
yeah, I mean, I think you can kind of just determine that by what's popping, what's hot, what people are wearing here and there. I mean, here, say back like 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? No DMV head was not without phone posits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to own your staples, you had to have your forces, your phone posits, your New Balances, and then your fours, I don't think people really wearing ones like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing serious. So, I think the sneaker culture in a certain area revolves around, what's hot, but also like what people from there typically wear. So I think it's definitely evolved over the past few years. I mean, nowadays you don't really see people wear phone posits no more, unless it's like, some retro, like one of those special phone
they traded off the phone posits for Black Forces now.
Nah, that's what I said. We can't do that, but you see a lot of like New Balances nowadays, like a lot more newer custom New Balances, like the Joe Frescas that came out, the DC 993s.
The iconic 993s, the iconic 990s, DMV staples. Can never go wrong with the gray 990s, you feel me?
They got the little distorted ones that are like a little ripped off now. So you got a lot of creatives coming up with different ways to kind of retro some of these items. But as far as how the sneaker culture has revolved, I think it's just a matter of people finding a way to keep the business going without losing those customers and those sneakerheads. And I think the same goes for botting and all of that. It's just a matter of people trying to get that money. You got to be a little more creative nowadays. They're not always as accessible as they used to be back in stores and things like that. And people try to get them online and figure out, instead of waiting in line to get one pair per hour, like why not go ahead and invest into this and figure out different routes to do it. So it's a different type of hustle. I do my thing, other people do theirs. It's just a matter of people trying to get the most bang for their buck.
Facts. All right, I want to ask what your favorite shoe is right now. Your favorite shoe in your rotation.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably the cheapest person in this moment. I don't wear nothing that I sell.
Look, all of these shoes out here are his.
Let me tell you, look, if you want your business to succeed, you can't spend that money that you make on yourself. Like, that's lesson number one about owning a business. Any of that money that you make does not go back to you. That's your business's money. So with that being said, I will tell you my rotation is trash. I wear like 6 things. I got my little inventory, and then every once in a while, if I feel like adding something, I'll do that. But yeah, like my rotation is very, very ass. If y'all see it, y'all won't be disappointed. But
what's a shoe that you must cop for you that you don't have right now?
That I don't have right now, Off-White 4s.
Off-White 4s.
Those definitely need to be in my hands in the next 2 to 3 months.
It's the next 2 to 3 months.
And I've almost bought them on several occasions, but what I'm saying, every time I come across them, other person's not rocking, trying to let them go, whatever. So they will be mine. 2-3 months. We're gonna check back in, go see what the moves are. Catch me on the gram. But
for sure,
definitely the hottest shoes out right now, in my opinion, definitely these Lightning 4s, man. There's market has been really odd about these joints.
I can see everybody. Me personally, I don't like them.
For real?
Yeah, I don't like them. I like 4s, but I like the classics. You feel me? I rock with 3s too, but I don't really like those. They're too vibrant for me.
Yeah, that's true.
And if I wear yellow tee on top of it, it's just screaming.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You gotta wear like a black tee, with yellow accents or something.
Very subtle. Very subtle. You feel me?
Yeah, but I think for me, it's just about kind of like the story behind them, and also, it's one of those retros that you haven't seen in a long time. 4 is my favorite silhouette, so when it came out, I was like, got to. So we gonna see how these shoes do, man. They're selling well, but the market has been kind of steady around them. So hopefully over the next few months, we're gonna see them jump up and kind of look at how that goes. But I think 4s right now are typically my favorite shoes. Those what's out right now.
For sure.
Yeah, but I will say the newest shoe I bought for myself are those Dunks right there.
The ones in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
What's that colorway called?
Those are with the paws. So you know how there's like all those
with the KDs. Yeah, that era was dope.
Yeah.
With the KDs, the Christmas packages. We were back in high school. Shout out to Kobe. The Kobe had the best shoes back in high school. Christmases, the Grinches, the All-Star games. Yeah, them joints are
That's my favorite basketball shoe.
I used to rock KDs a lot too.
Yeah.
I used to have KD6s.
Man. Love them joints.
Used to rock KDs too. I had the orange KD6s. What were they? I think they were NYC joints.
Sixes?
Yeah, and it was bright orange NYC KD joints.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are sweet. Yeah.
So we're here in the DMV. So we got a bunch of sneaker stores out here, a bunch of sneaker a bunch of sneaker shops. Shout out Cool Kicks in Springfield. Shout out Hot Heat Sneaks in Maryland, and Legend Kicks in Arlington.
Yeah, we got Randor in Tyson. We got a lot of.
Randor. Yeah, we got a bunch.
Sneaker Mat. We got a lot of people we show love to.
So in a market that seems to be oversaturated by a bunch of sneakerheads, a bunch of individuals, a bunch of small startups, how do you maintain a competitive advantage?
Yeah, I mean it's all about making sure that you're providing a service that others might not be able to, or that is just a little more specialized than others. I think for me one of the most important things is having a good customer service. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people not only want the shoe, but they want to feel like they can come to you for the shoe. They come to you first, and you'll be able to provide them the best service and achieving that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you eliminate the idea of having to go to a store to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you can hit me up and I can find you some, instead of you having to go somewhere to go get it, why not? You know what I'm saying?
You just save the step.
You just save the step, and then on top of that, depending on how good your service is, how competitive your prices are compared to the others, and just having a good customer base and a good loyalty, and just providing that service and having a lot of references that attest to your business, kind of just really helps stabilize you in the long run. And I think that's definitely something that a lot of sneakerheads do a good job at, especially in this area, just making sure that they have their local clients. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's a world in which we can work with one another. So you know what I'm saying? It's not something where I sell my shoes only to my clients and it's nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
So you can't dip and dabble into
Yeah, but if you got some other people don't,
if you got exclusives, if you got shoes other people don't,
exactly.
They're gonna tap in.
Yep, and then even other resellers. I mean, a lot of us usually tend to buy and sell off of one another too. So it's definitely a lot of money to be made there in the market overall.
Awesome, that's great. Still on the selling shoes aspect. What's the toughest part about selling shoes?
The toughest part about selling shoes, I think it's really probably just the preparation and just creating your platform to sell, or just finding that platform. Because honestly, the shoes sell themselves. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing nothing special. You're just putting up the shoes and selling them. But I say the toughest part is making sure that you have that audience, of sneakerheads who are looking for something, or just making sure that you're updating content every so often. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I do this, I spend like a few hours having to post my shoes on the page, just in prices, this and that, just cause there's a lot that goes into it. But once you post a shoe, people want it, they're gonna buy it at some point. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say the toughest part is definitely preparing, in the background, the shadows, and after that, the shoes kind of sell themselves.
Right. That's awesome. You guys already know what we do by now.
What we do.
Giveaway coming soon. Stay tuned. We might give away a pair of shoes, or we might give away a pair of slides. But you know how the HintaInsider team gets down. We would definitely be buying a pair of shoes and giving them away to y'all. So stay tuned. More info on that. Moving on to the next question. So how do you go about promoting shoes? Is like Instagram the best way, or do you hop out to pop-ups or meetups? What's the best way to get your name out there and get the kicks sold?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different avenues I can go about that. A lot of times, for me personally, Instagram is a good platform to keep things updated. That way, whenever people want something, even if it's not now at a later date, they can always have that to refer back to and slide back that way. And it just kind of, also allows you to have a good platform for people to kind of just look at your references, things like that nature. So, exactly, kind of works out in that sense. But definitely, I think pop-ups are second most important thing as well. That's how you build your connections, That's how you build your client base.
Right.
When you go out places and people see you, they recognize you. That's how you kind of get, that respect, and just that, authentic, relationship with customers or whatnot. And also, when you go out to pop-ups, typically a lot of people there are looking to buy sneakers now, so just there to walk around. So you get a lot of support from people, and just kind of building that relationship will really allow you to kind of flourish in the long run too.
Awesome. I want to shift the conversation more towards the entrepreneur side and the journey. So, what do you expect from this new startup?
So, just kind of seeing where it goes from here. We've been at it for a few years now, but really put a lot of effort towards this in the last year. So, we're still in the early stages, and it definitely got a lot of things coming. Can't speak too much on it yet, but we're definitely excited to see where things go from here. Definitely over the next year or two, looking to make some changes to take us to the next level. But I think we're just really looking forward to growing at the pace that we're growing at now, and just expanding, and just kind of building from there.
Right. I'm excited to see where y'all head. In the next 5 to 7 years, do you expect a storefront? Do you expect a brick and mortar foundation? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we definitely have some thoughts about that. I think like you mentioned earlier, it's a lot of good stores out in the area. It's a lot of competition. It's a lot of love too, but there's definitely a lot going on right now. So we're really just looking to take things a little slow in the meantime, seeing how we develop over time. Just seeing what we're called into, man. I think, definitely don't want to make any large assumptions now, but
right.
At the rate we're growing at now, man, it's definitely going to be an exciting few years.
Awesome. COVID hit us hard in 2020, still ramping now. We in 2021, almost at the end of the year. How has COVID helped or hindered your journey?
Hey, man, all I gotta say is unemployment checks. Hey, they've been doing this justice, man. I think 2020, 2021 was definitely a big year for us. Financially, we were able to, really flourish there a little bit. I think we had a lot of customers. A lot of people were making money. So we had a lot of people who were just sitting, had some time on their hands, whatever. Wanted to buy some shoes, had some constant money flowing, things like that. I think, in my opinion, that's kind of helped us a little bit. COVID has really, strained out some paths there for us. But, now that it's wrapping up, we're kind of trying to still kind of maintain that same level of, production and output. So I think, it's definitely made it difficult, but it's allowed me also to just kind of like sit at home a little bit, kind of work on building up my business and things like that. So just been really looking forward to how this next year is going to go.
Awesome. My next question is, so you've been running your business for a couple of years now. It seems like everybody's trying to start a business, or everybody's trying to find their lane, trying to find what's for them. Any advice to those people who are endeavoring in startups and small businesses? Anything good for them?
Yeah, just keep grinding and keep working towards what it is that you want to do. Ultimately, nothing happens overnight, so you kind of got to keep yourself motivated, even when you're in the starting stages of everything. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us sometimes tend to get discouraged when we try to start something. It doesn't end up the way we envision it from jump, but a lot of things don't ever end up that way. So a lot of the times, businesses who end up being successful have had a lot of trials and tribulations. So it's important that you keep that mindset of okay, this isn't go as I planned, but how do I keep persevering, keep pushing towards what it is that I want to do, essentially. And sometimes you got to scratch it out, revise, start from the jump, whatever it is. But as long as you keep good business practices and have a solid head on your shoulders, and just kind of just make sure that you're going about it the right way, as opposed to maybe what's making money the fastest, or maybe what's doing this and that. Just having a good head on your shoulders, and just making sure that you're kind of in tune with what you want your business to turn out to be. Most of the times, you'll kind of make it through and find your way there.
Awesome. How would do you think the motions of endeavoring in this business, in this industry, differs from the motions in other industries, or do you think they're similar?
Yeah, I mean, every business has its similarities. You know what I'm saying? To some extent, you're dabbling in, production or selling or retail or whatever it is. A lot of businesses, of course, they differ in their own way, but a lot of them have similar aspects as well. So I would say that it's definitely a little different than some businesses, but there's also a lot of businesses that kind of run in similar aspects. If you're looking into like drop shipping, maybe on Amazon or something, it's kind of the same thing. You're buying products from one place, selling it on Amazon or your platform for a little more expensive price. So it's kind of
same principles.
Same principles, yeah. They tend to overlap a little bit here and there. So there's definitely a lot of similarities between businesses.
Awesome. So this last question I have for you, ask everybody who comes on here. I call this the 3 truths. So the next day, tomorrow, blackout, everything's gone. All your creations, all your purchases, all of your inventory, all your pages, your whole brand is gone, everything is gone.
Kill it.
You have 3 truths you can leave down for the next generation. What are those 3 truths?
3 truths you can leave to everybody. Well, I guess on the while we're on the same page, this business in general, I would say for one, definitely, never spend more than you make. You always want to leave a little bit of yourself, a little bit of your legacy to whoever is after you. So I'd say definitely don't spend more than you make. Second truth, have good values. I think integrity is very crucial and important. And, a lot of times that seems to get overlooked in the business world. People tend to value money or greed or whatever it is more though sometimes. And I think one thing that will always help you stay afloat is having good morals and good values. And the third, this is tough. I say just have some faith, have some patience with whatever it is that you're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times things don't ever come easy. Life hardly ever seems to work out as you plan and hope it does. So, I think it's important to have that head on your shoulders to know that at the end of the day things will always work out to some extent. So just kind of have some faith and higher being, just kind of give it a chance a little bit there.
Awesome. Thank you, Nagoose. It's been a pleasure having you on, man. You guys stay tuned. You heard it here first. HintaInsider, SoledOutKixks, and we out.